Grab your coffee and get you an extra shot of espresso because today's case is about a daughter who wasn't really sick, a mother who was really sick. This case gonna leave you confused real quick. Today's episode is about Gypsy Rose. Welcome to Crime and Coffee with Joel James, where the coffee is piping hot and the stories are cold-blooded. Today we are talking about Gypsy Rose. As y'all know, in every episode we give our villain a nickname, and we've decided to call Gypsy Rose Gypsy Thorn because that's a rose, but you're gonna get pricked. Gypsy Rose, you know what I gotta say before we get started? In deep diving into this case, I really feel a little different about Gypsy Rose. Like, I've changed my opinion. We'll get to that at the end. Gypsy Rose, born July 27, 1991 to mother Dee Dee and dad Rod. Now, Dee Dee was 24 and Rod was only 17. And I was like, hold on, let me find out this little R. Kelly. Dee Dee was, then I said, well, let me research and see if, the legal age. Because if she was pregnant when he was 17, she was messing with him before then. But then I said, the woman been dead. Leave the lady alone. This ain't what the case about. If y'all know, let me know. If y'all figure out what the case, what the laws was in Louisiana in 1993, let me know. Because if she was dating a teenager when you're an adult, just shows how you need to have control over people. But I digress. Because the relationship didn't last long anyways. Rod woke up on his 18th birthday and decided, you know what, I don't want to be in this relationship no more. So he left Dee Dee before Gypsy was even born. They talk about dodge the book. Dee Dee has Gypsy. Within 3 months, Munchausen starts. Now, Munchausen by proxy is when someone makes a loved one sick for attention, right? They're not really sick, but they they could make them sick for attention. She says that Gypsy has sleep apnea. Takes Gypsy to the doctors. The doctors say, ain't nothing wrong with this baby. She said, nah, something is wrong with her. She tells Rod there was something wrong with her chromosomes. And when I was pregnant, I know there's something wrong with her. Rod is 18 and stupid. He don't really know, so, he just going with the flow. Where the Munchausen really set it off was when Gypsy got into a motorcycle accident with Dee Dee's father. Now, the accident wasn't really bad. Gypsy just had a little knee injury. But Dee Dee, she went all out. She said Gypsy needed a wheelchair. And from then on, things got crazy. Now, normally I could just do all this by memory. Once I watch things, I can just do it by memory. I want to go down the length of illnesses that Dee Dee said. She had muscular dystrophy, which claimed she couldn't walk and needed a wheelchair. Epilepsy. She had developmental delays, mental illness, chronic and internal issues. She suffered from asthma, leukemia, cancer, a variety of unspecified chronic illnesses. She also gave her a feeding tube, although she could eat normally. She said she had vision problems, legally blind at times, had hearing impairment, salivary glands issues, leading to surgical removal, dental problems, many teeth removed due to unnecessary treatment. She needed an oxygen tank, which all of this resulted in numerous unnecessary procedures, surgeries, every single thing that the 7-year-old, 8-year-old, 9-year-old, 10-year-old, 11-year-old little girl had to go through. And nothing was wrong with her. There was one doctor who did say he called Child Protective Services, but they said it was nothing he would do because he had to prove it. But you a doctor, what you mean they couldn't prove it? Although I've seen multiple documentaries and multiple movies and all this on Gypsy throughout the years, when I actually researched it for my own reporting purposes, I was like, oh my gosh. Let's continue. August of 2005, Dee Dee and Gypsy's home was destroyed in Hurricane Katrina. This feels so much better holding this like this. I was so uncomfortable. For some reason, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. But anyways, I'm sorry. In August of 2005, their home was destroyed in Hurricane Katrina. And this gave Dee Dee a leg up to say that all Gypsy's medical records was destroyed. She couldn't find it. So now she has complete and total control over what people know about Gypsy's health. In 2008, they relocated to Missouri, and Habitat for Humanity built them a home, which was so beautiful. Also, because of Gypsy's alleged illnesses, they gave them a trip to Disney World, backstage passes to meet artists. Things were great for Dee Dee and her sickness, but Gypsy was getting older and tired of the fake BS.
You make me really yawn. So where are you going today?
I'm going to Children's Mercy Hospital to see my dentist for my teeth.
And we'll be back.
Gypsy goes to a convention in 2015 and she meets a guy named Dan. She tells Dan everything that's happening at home, and Dan says, hey, you can come live with me, grab your stuff, and let's run away. She runs away with Dan. Her mother convinces her to come back, and her mother now chains her to her bed, takes her phones, breaks them, covers her mouth at night, and this goes on for a while. Now that thorn's starting to come. Now that rose, them thorn. Let me get some more coffee. 3 years before her mother's murder, Gypsy Thorne met Nick Godejohn in a online chat group for Christians. Oh, I ain't gonna say that. What I feel about Gypsy in these chat groups is that she got to be an adult. I felt like she really went with playing with her mom in the way that she spoke like a little baby all the time. Speaking like that during the daytime, when she actually got under the covers with her phone or online, she was able to just be her age. And she was able to express what was going on in life. She meets Nick, and her and Nick arrange to meet up. They finally do meet up in March of 2015. Nick and Gypsy Thorne met up at a movie theater. I think they went to go see Cinderella. And they ended up meeting in the bathroom where they engaged in sexual relations. Now, this was their first time meeting face to face. And Dee Dee found out that they had met, and Dee Dee could not stand Nick. She did not want her to talk to Nick. She thought Nick was a creep. What kind of creep goes to go see a kid movie by himself? Dude, you got some damn nerves. But anyways, shortly after this, Nick and Gypsy Thorne planned to unalive Dee Dee. Now, Nick had his own little problems. Like, Nick is autistic. Nick's autism is louder than Jennifer Hudson singing. Like, he also introduced Gypsy, is from what she said, to a lot of perverted sexual things that he was into. June 9th of 2015, Nick and Gypsy Thorne have decided that they were going to do the murder. Nick comes inside the house and he unalives Dee Dee by stabbing her multiple times. In his weird sexual desires, he planned on sexually assaulting Dee Dee after he had unalived her, but Gypsy talked him out of it, and he ended up putting that sexual desire, I don't know what I could say on the YouTube, so I'm trying to. He ended up doing that to Gypsy. Some form of play, what is it called? When you play characters and stuff during, I don't know. Anyways, let's move on. It's too much. I told y'all was gonna need extra coffee for this. How people found out about this is because Gypsy Thorne, now this that Thorne, posted on Facebook, "The bitch is dead." Now, why would you do that, Gypsy? Just a few days later, on June 15th, the police found Dee Dee's body. We should have gave Dee Dee a nickname, but Dee Dee dead. But we should have gave Dee Dee the nickname, not Gypsy, huh? Because Gypsy is, I really fight with this of Gypsy being the villain and the victim at the same time. You know what I mean? She's like one of the rare cases where she's really the victim and the villain. But then we give Dee Dee a nickname when she's the dead one. Are we then being insensitive? I don't know. What y'all think? What do y'all think? See, that's why I'm saying this case is really, really, really crazy. Nickname we've given Dee Dee. Is that wrong? You know, I'm a comedian and we just kind of really don't care. But I'm talking to like normal people who are not comedians out there. I don't want to come off too harsh. I came up with a good nickname in my head too, but I don't want to lose y'all. I don't want to lose y'all. I'm trying to build a fan base here. 4 years I was against Gypsy Thorne. I thought, why this girl unalived her mother? She should be in jail like, well, we'll go here. On July 5th is something happened in one of the other cases too. I think that July 5th is actually the same day that Casey Anthony was. On July 5th of 2015, Gypsy Rose pled guilty and was sentenced to 10 years in prison. Nick was found guilty. They decided to have their cases be separate because of all the abuse that Gypsy Thorne had to go through. Nick got life, Gypsy Thorne got 10 years. We should have gave Nick a nickname too. Anyways, this video's all over the place. I apologize. Okay, so a lot of people didn't think that was fair. A lot of people don't think that it was fair, and I didn't think that was fair. I think that Gypsy should have done more time, but then when I started to really dig into this case, Gypsy wasn't really a liar. Like, she's very honest. I don't know if Gypsy's on the autism spectrum. Very, very honest in everything. And I believe that the 10 years that she did in jail, women really took care of her. They really raised her. I believe that she's a different person. I think that she's a victim in this. I think that she wasn't the one who said, hey, give me 10 years. She was willing to do whatever she got, and she only did 8 years. I am pro Gypsy. Now, don't be mad at me. Again, I don't want to lose y'all, but I'm pro Gypsy after that because I could only imagine what she had to go through. I'm in Puerto Rico. They go right. I don't know. Okay, anyways. But then right while I'm recording this, Gypsy is on TikTok with some TikToker influencer, and she makes this video.
I went to prison for 8.5 years because I my own mom.
Oh my God.
Hey, we listen and we don't judge.
And I'm like, damn, Gypsy Thorn, I was just on your side. Now you got the people back mad at you because you're making fun of the fact that you off your mom. Come on, girl. Like, have a little bit of class, murderer. But I'm still on her side. She did her time. She's gotten out. And I think it is kind of weird how she's become this pop icon. She's had reality shows. She's done Love After Lockup. She's done magazine covers. She's done talk shows. She has a podcast that is about, Christian living. She's a mother now. She married a guy when she was in jail, and then they separated. I think that there'll never be another Gypsy Rose. I think that this is a very interesting case. Gypsy is the villain, but she is also the victim. And I think that when you are both of those people, that's why it gets a little confused to people. But I think she did her time. I think that she's out now. I don't agree with making fun of the fact that you unalived your mama, but I'm Team Gypsy. Don't be mad at me, y'all. But I want to know y'all opinion. I want to know whose side you guys are on. I want to know, maybe you guys can convince me different. Like, I don't know. I just feel like I used to be like the people who didn't agree, who thinks Gypsy should have did more time. Especially people who are like, well, maybe Nick should get less time. He is on the spectrum. He is a little special. He a little touched. Shouldn't that be a factor into this? Why is only mental illness a factor, or disabilities only a factor in some situations? So, I don't know. I'd love to know what you guys think. And that's it. Thank you for watching this episode of Crime and Coffee, where the coffee is hot and the crime is cold, and the stories are cold-blooded. Wait, is that the saying? I'm new. And the stories are cold-blooded. Yeah, that's the saying. Y'all bear with me. It's only the 3rd episode. God damn.